Oscar winner Oliver Stone is hitting theaters with guns blazing in his new film, Savages. The intense drama stars Taylor Kitsch as a California marijuana grower who gets targeted by a ruthless Mexican drug cartel. Take a look.
What if we offer him cash? Right now.
They're gonna kill her anyway.
Don't.
They're gonna kill her, and then they're gonna kill us.
No, look, we made a 3-year deal. She's out in 1. They want the money.
Savages don't make deals.
They're a business, John. Think about it. They're smarter than they are.
Yeah, in botany. Every man in her life has let her down.
Yeah.
She's in this because of us.
And we are happy to have Oliver Stone, Taylor Kitsch here with us this morning. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
I love that line, savages don't make deals.
They don't.
Not in this movie, that's for sure. And Oliver, I guess one of the first lessons of writing or directing has to be write about what you know. This is a part of the world and something you've had a passion about for a long time.
Yeah, but this is a different kind of movie than Natural Born Killers or Scarface. It's, I think, more of a love story. You know, just in that clip, Taylor is a veteran who's come back from Afghanistan and Iraq, and what's interesting is the war's come home to roost, as you know, so he puts together a ring of veterans who help him fight back in a situation where one of the Mexican cartels has come down on them to be a partner in there.
You weren't looking for the trouble, though, in the movie. It kind of comes to you.
Yeah, and I think, you know, those two guys, his best friend's a Buddhist, and so you got a guy who's coming from one direction, you know, and your best mate's coming from the other. So that scene's one of our favorites, and just, you know, it's trying to figure out how we're going to attack it or not attack it, for that matter.
In the meantime, you're in the middle of a pretty complicated love story.
Absolutely.
Well, there's one love story going on screen there, and the two men, and there's also the threesome, because Blake Lively
who was here yesterday.
They
fantastic.
share her,
right.
and she says that she's equally in love with these two men, and that becomes an interesting thesis in the movie, because Salma Hayek, we find out later on in the movie, has also a strange relationship with her daughter, who's estranged from her, and kind of.
But she's playing a pretty fierce drug lord.
Blake becomes becomes the conduit to her heart. So there's this a lot more that meets the eye. She's not the typical cliche drug queen, you know.
No, not in the least. And I read something that you said earlier. You said it was one of the most awkward parts of the movie. A lot of people would have envied you for it. Having to do sex scene with Blake Lively, right?
Really. I'm getting that a lot. I mean, it doesn't take away that she's a knockout. I understand that, but it is quite technical, you know, shooting those scenes.
Yeah, but you look good, man.
Right.
George or me. Yeah.
They wouldn't take us, believe me. No, well, you probably, a lot of people would say you did win.
Right, there you go.
In this, you also got the chance to train for this, since you play a Navy SEAL, to actually train with one.
I did, yeah. I shadowed, and he basically stayed with me for weeks on end in Austin, Texas, which I call home now. And it was more, I mean, for the aesthetic, of course, and to train, but more for the psychological part, you know. Sean's gone through a lot, the guy I play, and he's come back, and he's quite jaded for obvious reasons, and to really kind of connect with that, I couldn't have done it without him.
And then for you, the psychological part is so interesting when it comes to the SEALs, because so much of their life is secret.
Absolutely. And I think just what they deal with it, you know, it's so intense, you know, and so much and so full on. And the guy that I was with, you know, literally had to be in solitaire for 2 weeks every 3 months to get back into just the public. So it's quite, and he's 29, you know, and just the sacrifice they make, of course, is exceptional, really.
Oliver, you haven't been shy about your affection for marijuana. I think you called it God's gift in Rolling Stone. Is there a bigger, deeper message in this movie?
Well, I hope so. I think it's, you know, it's not about legalization or not, because those are personal issues to me, but this is really a wild ride. It's unpredictable. This is what could happen. It's a fiction. The cartels are making a lot of money from marijuana, but, you know, also from cocaine and other drugs. So in California, they've legalized it, and that's where the basis of this story by Don Winslow, was originally a novel, took place. It was these young people, 3 young people, living in a sort of paradise in Eden, and they run up against the dark side of a cartel, which lets up. There's a lot of light and there's a lot of dark in the movie. It goes back and forth. It's kind of like Beach Blanket Bingo meets Cartel Noir.
Well, it's an incredible combination. It is a gripping movie. Thanks for coming in, guys.